All right. Hi there, Summer Bridge students. So we are 5 of the tutors that will be tutoring you during your Summer Bridge program. My name is Tanner. I've been with the Learning Center for 3 years, and I'm going to be a math tutor, and I just graduated from Fresno State.
Hi, I'm Avery. I'm a third-year student at Fresno State, and I am a writing tutor.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I've been at the Learning Center for 3 years, and I'm a fifth year at Fresno State, and I'm going to be one of your guys' math tutors.
I'm Stellar. I'm a Summer Bridge writing tutor, and I just graduated from Fresno State.
Hi, I'm Maisie. I recently graduated from Fresno State, and I've been with the Learning Center for a year and a half now, and I will be one of the math tutors this summer.
So today we wanted to make this video for you to talk about the different tutoring strategies that we use. We have 4 main strategies: active learning, mental retrieval, critical thinking, and study methods. And these are what we're going to be using when we work with you guys at your tutoring sessions. So what we wanted to do is break down each one, kind of give you a definition of it and how it might look like in a session, and what we'll work with you on to accomplish the goals of helping you learn your math or get through your writing course and synthesize your papers. So to start, we're going to go to Avery with active learning.
So active learning is basically the initial learning in class. It's the introduction to new material. It's your first exposure to it. You don't have any idea what it was beforehand. In active learning, you're going to consolidate the foundation of information to use throughout the rest of the course. So it's very important that you understand the material when you first are introduced to it. Ideally, this active learning will take place before our tutoring session, again, like in a classroom. But if you haven't done it, it's going to be a lot harder for us to help you. We are tutors, we're not teachers. So you need to pay attention in class, make sure you're doing that job. And then that way we don't have to take time away from our tutoring session to help you understand that new material that you have previously learned. So if you haven't gotten all the learning done in your classroom, you can use outside resources such as your textbook or from Maths Khan Academy. This will really help you get a for sure base in this new material. And then when you come in, again, we'll help you understand it more. You can also interact with your peers when you're learning this new material, say interactive discussions. You can look over your notes. Say for math, you'll look over your math problems in the book, the samples, and then you can also take some quizzes. After this step in the learning process, this introduction to new material, that's when you will attend the tutoring session, and then we'll dig deeper into understanding the material you've just learned. Stephanie?
All right, so mental retrieval is another one of the main 4. So with that, just like in the title, it's from memory. So that's when you guys have already been exposed to the material and you guys have applied it already. And now we're going to try to get you to retain that information like for your exams, because all your exams are based off mental retrieval and what you can remember right then and there. So with mental retrieval, it's not using any outside resources. So when you guys come into these tutoring sessions, so some of the examples we would use would be like flashcards or Quizlets or Kahoots or practice exams or 1-minute papers, which would be getting out a sheet of paper and writing everything that you know about a concept for 1 minute from your memory without using notes or without using a peer or any outside resources. You guys come to the exam, it's the same type of environment where you only get you and what you know. And that way you also are like exercising your brain. So it's not just like increasing your retention, but also you're learning while you're doing your mental retrieval. So with this also helps with this illusion of competence. So say you're doing flashcards and like you using the terms and definitions and you forgot the definition, then you flip it and you're like, oh yeah, well I already knew that already. So you kind of have this illusion that you think you know all these things, but when come the like testing type of environment, you don't remember it, so which is critical in the exams. So with that, you are exercising your brain, and again, that retention and improving your learning at the same time. All right.
You didn't unmute yourself, Stellar.
So for critical thinking, it's meant to provide a set of questions that you can use to inquire more knowledge about a certain topic and be able to apply it towards specific instances in your life. So, for example, when you learn about a theory in either literature or in an article, you want to see what it is made of so you can have a better understanding. So, who does the theory address? What is it addressing? How does it do it? Those different questions help provide a means to understand the underpinnings of different concepts. When you're able to question concepts and write out what it means to you in your own words, you get a better understanding than just reading someone else's take on it. It provides you with your own insight and your own opinion of how something applies to you. When you take all those questions that you ask and those answers, you can apply to specific scenarios, which will help you understand it with a little bit more intentional method. So, for example, when I'm studying a communication theory, I have to write out the different, like, who is this addressing, what's going on here. And then when I feel like I have a good grasp of it, I ask those same questions of a specific instance so I can apply it to a theory. What this means for you as a student is when you're in a writing classroom and you're having trouble understanding a main point of a article that you read, it helps you write out those questions and answers and be able to see what the article is saying and apply it to your own life. And it gives you practice writing out your own thoughts and gives you a place to have a command over what you know and how you apply it. And that's why we tutors often ask you questions during tutor sessions, is so that you are able to take control of your own learning and apply it to your own life.
Okay, so the last thing we're going to talk about today is study methods. So you guys have just graduated high school and you're transitioning to college. And in high school, it's a lot different than college. It might be way easier, like you guys didn't have to actually study for your courses, but that's not going to be the case in college. So it's important for us to kind of have a conversation about what studying entails and how to be an effective studier. So as tutors, we can discuss with you guys on how you study and give you advice on how to be more effective learners. Since procrastination is something that we all do, even though we don't like to, we can talk about kind of like how to set up a routine and how to get you guys more acclimated with college life and start studying on a different time scale. So the one thing that I didn't know is distributive practice, which is actually waiting a few days between studying the same concept actually is more effective than studying the same concept every day. And you can study less, but actually be more productive. Other study methods are allocating like a block of time every day to study for like different topics. So that way you can get into routine. And during this time, you should be reviewing your notes, and you can do mental retrieval by testing yourself and remembering what you did from the class before. And then you can also do practice exams, flashcards, and for more critical thinking, you can make your own exam questions. As far as the different resources, so on campus, we actually have the Learning Center where you can get free tutoring and free help. And then you can also visit your professor's office hours to get more help on concepts maybe covered in class. And then if you have friends in your classes, you guys should make like study groups and make it more fun and studying. But most importantly, you want to be able to study smarter and not harder. Anna?
And with that, we're going to close out our video pretty quickly. Just wanted to show all of you some examples of the resources, kind of what Maisie was talking about, like the Learning Center and all of that, and just show you what some of that might look like. So in regards to study methods, we made this website on Google Sites. So this is kind of looking at what other incoming Fresno State students might feel about their study methods and just some ideas there. And then we have another page looking at research. So all of our research that we talk about, or most of it at least, comes from Dunlosky and some of the meta-analyses that he's done, looking at all these different techniques right here that you can see. Distributed practice example, just a lot of more visual stuff for you to use. And then we also have the Learning Center website. So you can learn more about tutoring here, supplemental instruction, which is more class specific for one individual course, not an entire subject. And this, Stephanie is really involved with this. She's an SI mentor. So if you have more questions about this, she'd be a great resource for that. Then we also have SupportNet, which is what we're sitting on right now. And this is really big because it helps you with counseling, both academically and personally. And they do a lot of different workshops, and they have a lot of different activities on their website. So some of these toolkits involve test taking tactics. If you have anxiety, how to handle that. If you want to motivate yourself more, here's some ideas there. And how to help yourself study on your own. These are just some things to help you if you feel stuck with your college career and there's not a tutor or somebody around to help you. You can do this on your own, or you can schedule some time to talk with them. But that's pretty much it. Let us know if you have any questions. We'll be kind of floating around all over the place. You'll definitely see us. And we look forward to the next 3 weeks with you.